all the people who judge without knowing, just throw the peace sign, tell them good vibes only, yeah. They were hating, but we didn't even notice, cause we're on them good vibes only, yeah. The shade is raining.
Are you recording? Awesome. You're recording my nervous wreck right here while I'm panicking before I go in? Awesome. Yeah, get that footage. You probably can't even tell that my hands are sweaty. No.
I hate for anybody that's on the realest shit. Even my ex-wife for that $100 shit. That avoided the coverage, cause she ain't keep her receipts. Cause they don't care about life struggles on the bottom line. Fuck greed, it don't bring nothing good. Only the village and a peace. We can fight it with some
just needs to be motorcycle specific. We're not that picky as long as it's. So ultimately, the rating that we care about is JASO-MA or MA2. Just my opinion.
Yeah.
But the difference between a synthetic and a non-synthetic, to me, and from all the testing that we've done and I've seen, is just the difference of how soon do you want to change it. So non-synthetics, you can go a lot longer without changing it because it takes a lot more for it to break down because it's synthetic. The non-conventional, you got to change it sooner, but it's also a lot cheaper.
Religion, ethnicity, cause the deepest wounds can only be restored with diversity. In the way I see it, we're also endlessly imperfected. That only with gentleness and acceptance can we ever make real progression, man. Goddamn, we need it. Can't keep making demons out of our differences. 1,000 reasons to hate, but only one love that can diminish it. Only one love for us to do it with. Only one love to fill this universe. We can't keep making these excuses, cause the things you're planning.
So what's
no use to us? Cause we're trying to live, not just exist until our hearts stop. Pray for better days, keep your faith, they're not far off. For all the people who judge without knowing, just throw the peace sign, tell them good vibes only, yeah. They were hating, but we didn't even notice, cause we're on them good vibes only, yeah. The shit gets wavy, like we're in the ocean, cause we're on them good vibes only, yeah. For all the people who judge but don't know me, I just throw the peace until I'm good vibes only. Look, sunrises on the way to work, they remind me why I'm alive. I love playing guitar, my brothers stomping my feet and singing now. I love writing these fucking ballads, man.
And so he's like, I'll just
Silicone.
yep, I'll just silicone it. I was like, I don't know if I do that, but whatever. And
Yeah.
so he calls me and he's like, dude, the pressure plate's hitting the clutch cover. And I forgot he had told me that. And so like a few days, I was like, I don't get it. I was like, everything's good. Well, the gasket that spaces it out is almost 40 thousandths thick.
Oh, jeez.
And so it was like, so then I was like, dude, I think it's the gasket. He's like, there's no way it's the gasket. I was like, I bet money it's the gasket.
Yeah, you squished it down.
Squished it way down, and yeah, sure enough, he puts the gasket on there, and boom,
Away she goes.
looks perfect.
Oh, nice.
Two-stroke oil actually is in the frame.
Is it really?
Yeah. That's where the oil goes, down into the frame.
Fuel injected, so is it like a blaster in the sense that it's shooting it into the injections and mixing it in there in the injectors?
I'm not exactly sure how it works. From what I understand, so right here I believe this is where the oil comes in, and so as the fuel and oil come in, depending on how much fuel is coming in, this controls how much oil is going in at the same time.
So they're hitting the motor from separate, but
it's mixing right before it gets into the cylinder. Yeah, apparently they got it down. I've heard no complaints about them. I haven't ridden one yet, but
engineering.
that brings you back to your childhood, right?
Yeah.
Those feelings that you had when you were first riding, and I still get the same feelings like on the starting line than I did when I was a little kid.
Yeah, I have to bow my head, kind of. I pray, but I mean, I'm more like, okay, calm down. Yes, you're racing. Calm down a little bit. You don't have to be so excited. You know, you better get it under control a little bit.
I always got my prayer that I always say before I go out. It's just something I've always done.
Yeah.
Grandma made me do it when I was on a 50 and I haven't stopped.
My mom.
It's just like a...
Yeah. And she wasn't highly religious. She's just, you know, ask for people to be safe. Ask for yourself to be safe. Think about it before you go starting. You know, think about what you want and it's pretty much the same thing every time.
Yep.
Let everybody go home safe. Let me go home safe.
Yeah.
Let me do the best I can.
Arena?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
I was so excited that I was going to be racing in an arena where pro riders had ridden and there's people in the stands and the lights and the sound, and I'm just like, I'm getting out there and I'm getting excited. I'm getting up to the gate and I say my prayer and take off, and well, I guess I had shut my fuel off and forgot to turn it back on. I got the whole shot and everybody piles right into me, and then I've got riders going around me, and my wife's got it all on video, me out there just kicking the living bejesus out of this thing, trying to figure out what's going on, checking my kill tether, it's on, and then I realize it dawns on me, and you see me reach down, turn the gas on, and just kind of like, you gotta be kidding. All right, here we go. So then I go after it, and they've got a long sweeper before a little roller that you kind of just float off of, and then they've got these two doubles that the pros were making into a quad, and the semi-pros were tripling, and most of us were double-doubling it.
Right.
And I'm like, all right, I got this, and I come flying around there, and I was just going a little bit too fast, and I came close to tripling. I literally landed damn near into the face of the third one, and you see me just eat the bars and everything on the video, and I'm like, oh, I'm on a roll. I'm gonna have to just slow down.
Chill
and
out,
I just finished the race, and it was like, man,
Yep.
that was bad.
I've been there.
Oh, I had the whole shot. I had it.
Yeah. That was mine.
That's right.
So pressure plate plugs, left and rear brake sleeves to tie into the rear foot master cylinders. We got Harley throwouts made of steel. Slate cylinder pistons. Radius steel for a
That's where it gets intricate to me. When you start getting down to small like that,
Yep.
it's like, God.
Yeah, like these. Let's see, we got our
Now, is
quarter-
it harder to make a small part or a big part? For me, in my head, I'm thinking the small part's the hardest to make because it's so small and intricate.
It's harder because it's harder for humans to measure it. You know, so it's easy to tell a machine to cut small,
Yeah.
but making sure the tolerances are good, it's harder to measure it.
Okay.
So, yeah, these are slate cylinder adjuster screws. Yeah, all kinds of different stuff it makes. Make our own banjos now, banjo bleeders.
Yeah.
So instead of ordering those from manufacturers, just make our own now. That makes all kinds of stuff. And the cool thing about this, guy, is you can basically load the machine with a bunch of bar stock on the bar feeder there, and it'll run for however long it's got bars in it.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a soft shot system. So you see those the cool thing is, like, you have your table, you have plus zero. Yeah, they're Versabuilt machines, but Rekluse has bought those from Versabuilt. Versabuilt started as a subsidiary of Rekluse. Now they're two complete separate entities.
Okay.
So Al's got his own venture with Versabuilt, and so we actually we buy those robots from Versabuilt. Luckily, we got in-house support because the robots are actually made upstairs. So we do those for factory beta, and it'll get the factory beta logo and etched into there.
That is badass.
And factory beta is the only one that can sell those. Pretty cool.
Yeah. I was noticing all the covers up front.
Masters in Mechanical Engineering classes, like all throughout the U.S., Canada, and Europe. They have an international competition they do every year with Formula SAE. They basically take any type of kind of modern motorcycle engine, and then they build it from scratch. So the frame, all that stuff, and they make little formula cars. They rip, and a lot of them reach out to us for using our clutches because they're using dirt bike engines.
Yeah.
You know, KTM 450s and things like that, and so we make a clutch for them, and so yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's wicked. Like an MIT competition type thing.
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, I can't remember someone sent in a video over, and I was blown away by how fast they were actually going.
Obviously, not having to pull is always helpful.
Oh, out in the desert?
But the difference in the racing atmosphere of desert, where you're more wide open for more times and less,
in and out of the throttle necessarily.
Yeah, you know, I mean, in the desert for me, the biggest thing, it wasn't like the anti-stall feature necessarily that I would always run into, but what I did notice is that when I was doing 100-mile races, the 100 miles would be over and I felt like I'd done 60 or 70
dead.
miles. Right, and because I'm not constantly stalling it, I'm not having to start the bike up. Anytime I did have a tip over, I didn't have to start it back up. I just picked the bike up and go.
Yeah.
You know how much energy you waste trying to
Exactly.
kick the bikes, try to kick a hot four-stroke over? It was those little things that added up over 100 miles that made me feel like a rock star. I pulled it, I'm like, it's done.
Do it again?
Yeah, it was awesome. So like, I got the lightweight championship in 2011 and 2012.
Some live bands, dope shoes, strong coffee, snowboarding, creating and gossip. Meds in the doctor's office, Netflix for some binge, watching fruit breezes when I'm coughing, enjoying the real talking. Traveling rooftops, flip flops, and equality. RPGs, cooking, and of course some creative photography. Really anything to brains, life, and don't kill my vibe. Cause I'm trying to be at peace, and if you ain't, then I'll reply.